photographs of the house of a credit manager who actually handles repossessed cars. Look at the number of cars he has. He's got a Sirocco, he's got a Range Rover, and they are all with WV number plates. He has just retired. I am still working and I can't afford that. All right? So all this is because you have officers who do not know where the line stands. They buy cars for their friends and sell it off. He's got 4 cars. Look at the number plates. They are not ordinary cars. And he says to my sister who lives next door that these are cars given to him for being director on a company. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. No company gives such cars. I would love to be a director for that company. I'm sure even if I work for that company, I'll get a better car than what I'm driving today. Thank you very much. I would like to know that.
Adakah bank Islam menindas customer? Jadi di sana memang soalan ini biasa diutarakan dan biasa disembang-sembangkan, disebut oleh banyak customer bahawa harga ataupun pricing ataupun nilai yang dikenakan untuk pembiayaan kos adalah lebih besar berbanding dengan konvensional bank. Jadi kita kena faham untuk membincangkan perkara ini, kita kena faham kerana bank Islam adalah agak berbeza daripada bank konvensional. Kerana dalam bank Islam mereka cuba mengelakkan daripada mengguna interest. Jadi dalam sistem riba, bank riba, senang saja sebab semua produk adalah berasaskan kepada interest bearing loan. Jadi bank hanyalah pemberi hutang. Bank ambil duit daripada depositors dan bank memberi hutang dengan interest. Bank bayar balik dengan interest kepada depositors dan bank membuat duit macam mana dengan mengenakan interest kepada pembiayaan ataupun kepada hutang yang diberikan kepada customers. Customer lambat bayar pun tak apa. The more you delay the payment, the more the bank can charge you interest. But the difference for the Islamic banks, for the murabahah product especially, the price is fixed. Harga sudah tetap dan harga tak boleh berubah. Jadi kita kena faham bahawa ini di antara faktor kenapa pricing itu mereka meletakkan harga yang agak mahal, kerana untuk jangka masa 10 tahun, 20 tahun pembiayaan, banyak kebarangkalian yang boleh berlaku untuk antaranya ialah untuk matching antara asset and liabilities, kemudian juga mengambil kira risiko-risiko yang akan dinepi oleh bank. Jadi kita kena ingat bahawa harga adalah satu, tak boleh berubah-ubah. Kalau harga berubah-ubah, dia menjadi menjadi gharar dan dia boleh menyebabkan akad itu tidak sahih, tidak sah. Tetapi yang berlaku ialah sebagaimana semalam mungkin sudah dibincangkan projek yang terbengkalai, yang berlaku juga ialah apabila dalam pembiayaan yang diberikan oleh perbankan Islam, kadang-kadang apabila customer nak buat early settlement, ini biasa berlaku, nak buat early settlement ataupun dalam case of default. Jadi apabila bank nak mengambil tindakan kepada customer, dikenakan ke atas customer membayar semua harga jual. Jadi harga jual itu lebih mahal, of course lebih mahal sebab dia dah ambil kira untuk tempoh pembiayaan selama 20 tahun. Jadi kalau kita baca pendapat ulama, adakah di dalam Islam is there anything to do with time value of money? Some scholars, of course, they say, of course, they take into consideration that, of course, there is such thing. Tapi hanyalah untuk dalam pembiayaan ataupun dalam jual beli, sama ada jual beli dipanggil buyu'ul ajal ataupun jual beli yang cash. Jadi tidak menjadi masalah kalau saya jual sesuatu barang dengan harga 10,000 tetapi bayar cash. Apabila ada berlaku penangguhan, bayar secara ansuran 12,000 dengan syarat. Dengan syarat harga mestilah satu harga sahaja. Tak boleh saya kata kalau kamu bayar sekarang 10,000, kamu tangguh 12,000. Tak sah sebab dua harga dalam satu. Tak boleh. Dan saya juga setuju, I do agree with Sheikh Omar Wadulu, okay, because sometimes, okay, we do so many things, so many magics, okay, and so many funny multi-purpose vehicle, senjata hikmat untuk untuk menstrukturkan pembiayaan. Kadang-kadang kita terlalu banyak menggunakan inah, dan sekarang ini kita tengok dah Saban negara pun sudah memberi peluang, okay, supaya berpindah daripada inah, di mana produk-produk baru tidak digalakkan menggunakan akad inah kerana ia memang seolah-olah hanyalah tilah. Cuma bagi saya dalam masalah tadi, kenapa nampak mahal dan saya akui bahawa kenapa, sebab harga tadi, sebab mereka nak cuba mengurangkan risiko tadi.
Okay, I have two parts to my question. The first part, since the bankers are here, my name is Lee. Okay, first part is since the bankers are here, and yesterday I attended the housing part of it. And I understand some of the victims of the housing is when they paid the 10% deposit, then thereafter the bank continue to ask them to pay progressive, even up to 100%, but the house is only maybe 20% finished. So there is a fraudulent going on between the engineers, architects with the bank, but the bank release the payment, they don't care, they victimize the owner, they have to pay the full. So are the banks overcoming this problem of charging, getting their own people at fault? Or no, they have to go after the architects and the developers instead of the victim?
Did you ask this question yesterday? No.
Somebody asked, but there was no answer. All right. So the second part is on my own case, I've purchased through a merchant through credit cards. Okay, some products, investment products. But I find that it is fraudulent in the sense that what I pay to the merchant is they put under a different company's name. And within 24 hours, I asked the bank to cancel all my transactions. But the customer service just refused. Once you sign, you have to pay and you have to face the bank. No? So, but I understand that there's a grace period within 14 days, or between the merchants, the bank and the MasterCard, the owner, either Visa or MasterCard, the credit card owners. So why is it the bank refusing to entertain victims? Instead, they just charge you and you don't pay, you go to court. So I have some documents to prove out my facts. Okay.
Islamic financing. We all know that riba is haram, period. Those who participate in haram activities are considered haram. There is no two way around it. I believe we have got, I don't know, maybe 70-80% of those who are involved in the financing and banking of Islamic in Malaysia are also Muslims. Number one question, why are they still working there? Number two question, okay, I thought that all of us Muslims understand we base Islam on Al-Quran and Sunnah. It has not changed, from Rasulullah's time. Okay, I assume that all the Muslims in the banking sector understand and read the Al-Quran and the Sunnah. I also assume those in the government also understand what's in the Al-Quran and the Sunnah. Okay, we have seen a lot of Muslims, being put down by this financing system. The so-called said the difference between conventional banking and Islamic banking. We all have seen, conventional banking you earn 10 ringgit, Islamic banking you earn 12 ringgit and you call it Islamic banking. What is this? Okay, I would like to ask the panel, especially from the banks, are we not Muslim who have got self-conscious? Do we not work for halal living? Thank you very much.
Saya Kamarudin dari Rawang. Masalah saya bank muamalat. Tapi macam Datin cakap, dia bank dia. Tapi bank Islam, kalau bolehnya bank Islam semua sama. Maknanya mesti sama dia punya aturan. Okey, macam saya cakap, tetap dia riba. Okey, bank saya, rumah saya 54,000. Saya dah bayar 46,000. Masalah saya, mungkin ada masalah lah, saya ada kelewatan membayar. Saya dah 36 bulan lebih kurang tak bayar. Sepatut lama dah ada lelong rumah tu. Okey. Baru ni saya ada duit sikit, saya ke Malangan dapat insurans, saya bayar lebih kurang 10,000. Hutang saya 18,000. Maknanya ada lebih kurang dalam 6,000 lagi. Dalam masa terdekat ni, yang saya dah bayar 10,000, saya ada buat surat lah, nak perjanjian, nak kena bayar 1,100. Lebih kurang dalam 18 bulan. Tapi letter offer pada saya 1,100 selama 5 tahun. Tapi pembayaran rumah saya sampai 2021. Mana adil pada saya Maknanya sekarang bila tanda akad ceritanya, saya dah bayar 46,000, hutang saya ada lagi 68,000 selama 5 tahun. Saya buat rayuan, surat mengatakan boleh rombak balik macam mana kan. Riba tetap riba, dan macam mana solution kita nak buat riba tetap riba ni. Macam saya dah bayar 46,000, saya ingat berapa ribu lagi je nak habis 54,000 tu. Tapi Ini masalahnya. Dia kata 15 hari bulan. Hari nah, dia akan surat lelong. Kalau saya tak bayar lagi yang 6,000 tu. Tapi saya dah buat surat rayuan mengatakan suruh sambung sampai 2021. Kalau 1,100, maknanya lebih kurang dalam 550. Tetapi tetap juga saya kena bayar lagi 68 campur 46, 100,000 dengan rumah murah di Rawang. Terima kasih.
Number one, the bank sold to you on credit at a price higher than the cash price. That's riba, through the back door. The miscalculation is, of course, something that is to be corrected, and if it's not corrected, that's a grave injustice. Okay? In Surah Zumar of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks and He says, Ma'ada'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Allahu yatawaffa al-anfusa hina mawtiha. Allah takes the souls at the time of maut. Maut is death. وَالَّتِي لَمْ تَمُتْ فِي مَنَامِهَا. And those whose souls are not taken while they are awake, Allah takes their souls when they are asleep. فَيُمْسِكُ الَّتِي قَضَى عَلَيْهَا الْمَوْتِ. When He takes your souls while you are asleep, He keeps those souls for whom maut is written. وَيُرْسِلُ الْأُخْرَى إِلَى أَجَلٍ مُسَمَّى. And the rest, He sends them back for a determined period of time. There is an ominous message in this verse of Surah which surah? Huh? Right, don't be afraid to say it. For those who are engaged in oppression, and remember that Allah has zero tolerance for oppression, and riba is oppression, and banking today is oppression. And Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam cursed all four and said that they were all equally guilty. The one who takes riba, the one who gives riba, the one who records the transactions, therefore working in the banks, and the two witnesses. And he said they were all equally guilty. If you die with the curse of the Prophet upon you, wait for the grave. Now, Allah can take your soul. And when He takes your soul, there will be no medical evidence, no scientific evidence that you are still alive. None. So they will think that you are dead. You died in your sleep, for example. And they will give your body the ghusl. And then they will perform the Salatul Janazah. And your loved ones are the ones who are going to put your body in the grave, not knowing that you're not dead. And I believe lots of people are dying this way now. I believe that. And when you have been buried, there is no light down there, none. When the last person has reached 40 steps away, then Allah can return the soul, as He did it last night for all of you who are here. So you will wake up from your sleep. But when you wake up from your sleep, you find no light in the room. So you'll call out to your wife, but you get no answer. You attempt to get up. You can't get up. There's no space to get up. So you begin to panic. You begin to feel. You say, well, I didn't go to sleep in this clothing. I went to sleep in my sarong. What clothing is this? And then you're going to smell the camphor with which they bathe the dead body. And then slowly, slowly, slowly you will realize that you've been buried alive. And they forgot to put a cell phone when they buried you. And then you're going to cry out, and cry out, and cry out. But there's no one to hear you. and you will urinate upon yourself, and you will defecate in yourself. And the insects are going to crawl over you, and you can't do anything about it. You can't call for your banker, you can't call for your chauffeur, you can't call for your Indonesian maid. She's always an Indonesian, incidentally. You can't call for any help. And Allah is now going to punish you with a punishment you richly deserve, because you had a less than a passing acquaintance with the Quran. You had eyes you could not see, you had ears you could not hear, you had hearts you could not understand. It doesn't matter whether you are Christian or Jew or Hindu or Buddhist or Confucian or anything. The same God who created you is the same God who sent the Quran and sent Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. This is the punishment.
I cannot answer your first question in regards of who the bank will go after, because at resolution, at CIMB resolution, what we will do is we'll sit with you case by case basis, and we will review your case. Because at CIMB customer resolution, we don't treat cases as universal or general. We treat them case by case basis. We will look in the terms of you as a consumer, yeah, you as the Malaysian, Rakyat Malaysia, or foreigners, yeah, and also what you have been contracted, what you have been promised. We will look through all angles at customer resolution of CIMB. Okay, on your part on the credit card, is it CIMB credit card? May I know, Mr. Lee? Yeah, one of it is CIMB. Yeah, I will just focus on the CIMB issues at this moment, because okay, I would like to welcome you to my customer resolution unit. Just we can sit and we will review your issue. All right? Okay, we work together and we will look at your case by case basis, and we will review that. Okay, Mr. Lee? Why don't you go to Menara Bumiputra Commerce level 5? We open during working hours, even lunch hour. Okay?
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Yes, please.
Saya bukan pasal ni. Share sikit satu pengalaman ya. Saya seorang peniaga. Saya buka satu kilang. Saya buka satu kilang baru ni. Saya usaha supaya saya tidak terlibat dengan riba. Caranya saya kumpul duit. Dah 10 tahun saya kumpul duit, saya dapat 250,000 je. Dan kos kilang ni untuk jadikan standard JMP semua lebih kurang 800,000. Jadi sekarang saya start. Jadi untuk orang-orang yang angkat tangan tadi, bagaimana nak selesaikan masalah saya ni? Saya tak nak buka kedai kecil saja ya, macam jual jubah, jual tudung gitu, saya tak nak. Kita meniaga. Ya, saya dah meniaga daripada kecil dan sekarang dah peluang untuk saya buka sebuah kilang. Saya dah ada market daripada luar negara. So saya nak tahu dalam banyak-banyak cara yang ada sekarang ni, apa solusinya untuk saya ni, masalah yang saya hadapi sekarang ni. Jadi saya belum lagi apply untuk loan daripada bank ni. Saya datang ke sini hari ni, saya lihat ramai orang cerita benda tu tak boleh, tapi tak ada yang kata solution apa yang boleh. Silakan.
I'm Eunice, and a very special thanks to PPIM for organizing this forum and to bring us together. Okay, my plight is this. I represent more than 1,000 victims of mud kiosks, water vending machine, water drops, and kiddie ride, and etc. Many fraud companies. Okay, up to date, we have come as what Datin Azia Omar says, case to case, individually. I respect that. But to our great disappointment, from the year 2007, when I became a victim, until today, sorry to say, Datin Azia, please bring this to Bank Negara, to the conventional bank, to any banks in Malaysia, that we are horribly terrified of banks. We have phobia of banks. There were many visits made to Bank Negara, and Bank Negara refused to attend to cases, even to the conventional banks, even to the Association of Banks in Malaysia. We have made many visits, and all entered into deaf ears. Until today, as you see the voices here represents, we are asking so many questions. Let me put one question first. All right, if bank is on the customer's side, we don't want injustices, we want justice for everyone. Why is the bank giving the bank terminals to all these fraudsters continuously to cheat the public? We are not able to answer this question, but we want the Bank Negara, conventional bank, all relevant banks to answer this question. Why is the bank terminal being given to all kind of fraudsters? Number two, what are the actions taken by these banks to overcome or to diminish or to lessen these problems, which is a burden to the public, to the bank users? We don't want a bank today. You just heard a few moments ago. We do not want a bank. It's just because our families are burdened, our people are burdened, and I wish this also goes to the Prime Minister's department and all people who are responsible for what we are here today, this Saturday morning, early morning. Actually, it is not easy for us to be here. The second question I have to bring forward is, are there any special third-party debt collectors assigned by your banks to harass all these victims continuously till we don't have a peaceful life? I think here, the public here can tell you how many of us are harassed by the bank debt collectors daily, by bank lawyers, by all the different, thank you, by all these different threats that we receive daily in our lives. Are we Malaysians moving towards a progressive country, or are we going backward? And the third thing I need to ask is, what is the solution given by this bank? We want an immediate solution given by all these banks, and especially Bank Negara, that what action will be taken against these fraudsters, and how can we recover back our money?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Persoalan yang pertama tadi berkenaan dengan BBA tadi kan. Saya berpengalaman belajar ataupun bersama dengan Pak Mu, salah seorang orang yang awal-awal daripada Bank Islam dulu. Jadi apabila mereka kata mereka collect deposit pada waktu dahulu, tak banyak produk. Deposit banyak tapi tak ada produk untuk produk pembiayaan untuk buat duit lah, buat bisnes. Jadi pada waktu itu jadi mereka came up dengan BBA lah. Jadi saya tak nafikan mana usaha yang sudah dilakukan oleh mereka-mereka yang terdahulu adalah usaha yang baik. Cuma kena improve lah. Memang tak dapat nafikan. Kadang-kadang kita tak dapat identify siapakah contracting parties, developer, customer beli dengan developer ke, customer beli dengan bank. Kalau sepatutnya customer beli dengan bank. Kalau rumah tu tak siap, bank yang bertanggungjawab kena kejar developer. Dan dalam masalah ini kita pun ada kaedah dalam kitab-kitab fiqh pun, dalam hukum muamalat kita boleh cancel, boleh iqalah. Jadi customer boleh batal jual beli sebab saya beli barang kamu tak boleh hantar, sebab kenapa aku kena bayar harga barang kamu tak hantar. Jadi tak boleh delivery ataupun failure to deliver, maknanya we can cancel the contract. Sepatutnya inilah di antara bahagian ataupun aspek-aspek yang boleh kita improve, boleh kita kaji. Jadi apabila berlaku masalah yang berlaku tu, ia memberi imej yang buruk kepada perbankan Islam lah. Sepatutnya tak berlaku. Kalau kita tengok dalam bola sepak pun, berapa lama dikaji to set the rules of the game. Jadi sama juga dengan perbankan yang konvensional ni dah beratus tahun. Jadi perbankan Islam dalam 30 tahun lepas baru kita mulakan. Jadi saya tak nafikan memang ada kadang-kadang berapa kelemahan. Tapi pada masa itu untuk memulakan, to start with. Jadi mereka bertanya dengan Syekh Yusuf Qaradawi dan ulama-ulama semasa, mereka kata banyak benda sekadar pada waktu itu kerana susah kesukaran untuk mengoperasikan perbankan Islam, jadi mereka benarkan. Cuma persoalan-persoalan yang berlaku sebagaimana abang tanya tadi, jadi saya rasa perlu, ini hak abang, jadi kita kena buat sebagaimana Datin jawab tadi, case by case. Mungkin kadang-kadang berlaku kesilapan. Dan sekarang ni orang buat komoditi murabahah pun kadang-kadang berlaku kesilapan. Yang bahagian operation lain, yang nak conclude kontrak tu lain, yang approve application untuk dapat financing tu lain. Jadi yang nak buat teletrade, nak telefon, nak jual beli barang, sekarang ni mereka guna komoditi murabahah atau pertawaran. Jadi kadang-kadang berlaku kita manusia dan kita kena ingat hak kita sebagai customer. Kita kena mempertahankan hak kita, perjuangkan hak kita. Kembali kepada persoalan tadi, persoalan sama ada murabahah dibolehkan ataupun tidak, sebenarnya ia adalah tulang belakang. Kalau tak ada, kalau kita stop murabahah, memang tutup pintulah bank Islam. Kalau kita kata murabahah tak boleh, of course tutup pintu, sebab tidak ada lagi cara, sebab tak ada cara lain nak dapat keuntungan, nak berniaga. Sebab bank, kita kena faham, bank Islam bukanlah persatuan kebajikan. Pelabur-pelabur juga mengharapkan pulangan. Jadi mereka mestilah melakukan perniagaan yang halal. Dan untuk memastikan pelaburan yang halal dan pulangan yang halal, kita kena pastikan ia betul-betul patuh syariah, ikut syariah. Jadi kalaulah kita katakan murabahah tadi tak boleh diharamkan, maknanya bank akan tutup kedai. Tak ada lagi cara lain. Setakat ni maknanya tulang belakang bagi bank untuk mengelakkan daripada sistem riba. Sebab sistem riba memang yang konvensional itu memang kat mana-mana senang. Sebab dia memang tu memang secure, memang selamat. Tapi dalam murabahah ini bank kena tanggung risiko. Itulah yang kita kena improvekan. Sebab dahulu, peringkat awal dulu mungkin lain. Sekarang ni kita banyak orang dah faham, orang mengkaji. Sepatut sebagaimana Tuan Syekh sebut tadi pun, bank kena tanggung risiko sebelum berlaku jual beli tadi. Dan kita tengok dalam hadis-hadis Rasulullah SAW juga banyak bagaimana berlaku jualan tangguh. Dan kalau baca kita Alam Muqin li Ibn Qayyim pun, dia kata kalau aku tak mampu beli rumah ni, dia suruh kawan dia beli dulu, dia kata kemudian aku beli dengan kamu dengan harga yang lebih. Itu juga di antara penyelesaian. Sebab kita hajat keperluan sekarang ni tak dapat nafikan. Kalau kita tutup, tak ada guna, maknanya tak ke mana-mana. Sebab ke mana-mana pun keperluan sekarang ni tak boleh tidak. Maknanya secara umum memang bank itu diperlukan. Cuma kita nak menyelesaikan masalah riba tadi, nak keluar daripada riba macam mana. Dan kelemahan-kelemahan yang ada tu sepatut kita tambah lagi. Kita kena kena tambah baik lagi, dan kita kena improve lagi supaya ia tak jauh daripada maqasid ataupun matlamat sebenar syariah. Wallahu a'lam.
Terima kasih doktor.
Minta maaf Ini kita tanggung hutang juga lagi. Macam kereta ke apa kan? Ada lagi.
Wakil mana-mana bank. Jadi memanglah kalau tanya saya, hak nak melelong tu sendiri pun, pemegang gadaian tadi, dia caji tadi, tak boleh dia nak lelong sesuka hati dia.
Saya nak tanya
dia sebenarnya dia kena dapat kebenaran tuan rumah dahulu. Sebab rumah itu walaupun dia dicagar, tapi dia adalah owner. Tuan yang beli rumah tadi adalah owner.
How can we justify
ayam kena langgar kat kereta, halal ke haram? Haram. Haram. Lepas tu sekarang ni ayam yang orang kata dia sembelih, kita kata betul ke kamu sembelih? Kita pertikaikan lagi yang bank Islam buat ni, kita kata tak tahu lagi halal haram, kita makan yang haram, boleh ke tak? Kita terus pergi kat conventional bank, boleh ke tak? Kita tahu dah confirm dah haram. Sekarang ni what is the gateway? What is the solution? Kita kata haram, bank kita kata bank Islam, kita pertikaikan produk bank Islam. Okey, lepas tu kita pergi conventional. Adakah itu penyelesaian?
Kita tak perlu bank.
Boleh, kalau tak perlu bank tak apalah. Sekarang ni siapa dia boleh hidup tanpa bank? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Betul. Kalau boleh saya setuju. Dan saya dalam masa ini saya kena ingat minta maaf dua isu berasingan.
Yeah, there is. They call it as a profit or etc. But it's still as an interest, right? It just tukar nama saja kepada profit, okay? So that is one thing that you make us confused, okay? So the second part is I want to ask, if let's say you're doing something like Islamic, so I can let's say compare between the conventional rates and also the Islamic rate. The Islamic rate is a little bit, I don't know whether that is a little bit higher or is actually higher rate compared than the conventional rate. Okay, but to me my point is here, due to this interest rate is high, but it's Islamic, by right as Islamic, the interest rate should not be higher than the conventional, because if it's higher than conventional, it's like a burden to us, because we do it as Islam, we should help each other, right? So that is my point lah. But if you can answer it, my question, thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Good morning. My name is Shirazdin Adam Shah, panelist and fellow participants. Now, before I go to my question, is the statement that I would like to make is that you're asking the wrong people for the solution. You're asking Ben Bernanke for the solution of the global economic problem. He is the one who's created it. So you're asking the bankers how to solve a problem. That's wrong. They create the problem. You can't ask them how to solve it. Correct? Okay, now the next thing is that, yes, we can live without the banks, because, yeah, they've been around for the past 300-400 years. We've been living for many years before that. The solution is in the muamalah, get into real business, okay? And the solution is in the Quran. One of it is that just pay them the principal and don't pay them the interest. That's what they need to do actually to solve the economic problem, okay? My question straightforward to Sheikh Imran Hussein, what are the role of the ulama? It's so baffling. Why are they being so silent, number one, or why are they knowing the fact that they are wrong, they still endorse it? And why is that we have to follow that particular group of ulamas who come out and say that, yes, this is Islamic, that's Sharia compliant, who come from that particular part of the world? Because I find that there is two distinguished points. When there are ulamas who are not from that particular part of the world say something, it's not accepted because it is not from that school or not from that university or not from that organization. Why is that the ulama are so silent, number one, and why are they the ones who condone this? What are they? Don't they know these problems? And why is this happening, Sheikh Imran? Thank you.
Nasi zaman. It will not be long before that time will come upon you. Meaning akhiru zaman. La yabqa min al-Islam illa ismu, when nothing will remain of Islam but the name. This is not Imran Hussein, eh? This is Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam speaking. So don't be angry with me. وَلَا يَبْقَى مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ إِلَّا رَسْمُ, and when nothing will remain of the Qur'an but the traces of the writing, mechanically recited, nobody following the Qur'an. مَسَاجِدُهُمْ, I'm not talking Mushahadah. مَسَاجِدُهُمْ آمِرَةٌ وَهِيَ خَرَابٌ مِنَ الْهُدَى. The masajid, plural of masjid, at that time, would be grand structures, impressive structures, but devoid of guidance. Now listen to the last piece. Ulama'uhum, the ulama of that age of darkness. Sharrun nasi mimman tahta adimis sama. The ulama of that age of darkness, when nothing remains of Islam but the name, would be the worst people beneath the sky. Said Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Min indihim takhrujul fitna wa fihim ta'ud. They would be the centers of corruption, corrupting the people. So this is an ominous warning to us concerning the quality and the status of ulama in the age of fitan. I have reached the state of frustration now. So as a result of this, I am now saying, if you differ with me when I say that this paper money is bogus and fraudulent and haram, if you differ with me when I say that this so-called Islamic banking has backdoor riba in it, well, fine, let the people choose. And if they are blind, they'll choose blindly and they'll pay the price for it. Because the people must have the choice to make. We don't want to take that away from them. But if you come after us and you say that we are wrong, and you want to silence us, then we will respond with this challenge after we have no more patience. We say, come, you and I, and let us raise our hands and pray to the one who always listens and ask him to curse and to punish with eternal punishment whosoever is wrong on this issue. Come.
Ada account bank Sultan Bank ni.
Sultan Bank.
Ya.
Sekarang jadi CIMB dia.
Ya. Saya memang menyimpan duit sekali je. Lepas tu saya tak tahu bila masa dia combine sebab saya ni memanglah orang yang bodoh kan. Duit saya duit 1 minggu kat sini dalam bank ni. 1 minggu punya kerja tahu walaupun 100 tu 1 minggu punya gaji kerja saya. Okay. Saya tak tahu bila dia combine. Lepas tu bila saya datang, saya tanya mana Southern Bank tu dah jadi CIMB. Saya datang dekat sana. Dia kata, close account. Dia chop je. Chop saja. Saya tanya mana duit saya? Dia kata dah cari saya tak jumpa. Itu je jawapan dia. Sekarang saya nak tahu mana duit saya CIMB pegang ni. Walaupun RM100 saya nak duit saya. Terima kasih.
Satu soalan simple. Perlukah kita kepada bank? Dan boleh tak kita sebagai orang Islam hidup tanpa bank? Can we live without the bank? That's the question. Do we need bank in Islam? Simple, bank.
My name is William Hui. Years ago, when Bank Islam set up, I read Chinese paper that Bank Islam help Malay free interest. Free interest, only service charge only. Now I was shocked, man. 300,000 pay 700,000. I think this is something wrong. I hope CIMB you charge interest, pay back the interest to the Muslim. Yeah, you got many millions. That is my suggestion. Because I got 10,000 members. I am NGO also for 30 years. Canteen Association President. And all the Malay, I say, congratulations, now Islam take care of you. No need interest one. Buy house also no interest. So happy. Now I was shocked, man. All this is and bank make millions of dollars. I hope I suggest write to Najib, Satu Malaysia, help the Muslim lah. Yeah. Pay back the interest, okay?
Funny brand.
Oh, it's very simple. The chef is totally there.